Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. So today let's discuss the Festival Titan event, but it starts with the Path of Clover. Now if you followed my other two videos, I've already done the Path of Clover on both of them. I have completed and got Podrick. I feel he is worth it. If he was a fusion, you would definitely be going for it, and depending on how you did it there, trust me, he's basically like a fusion, but you can pick him up in one day, and for about, potentially, if you had bad luck, the same amount of sacred shards as you do a normal fusion, just don't have to do all the rest. Also picked up the 200 available Titan tokens. Now, why is that important? Well, so you got the event here, as you can see, already got the 1-star, and I'm sitting here at 200 right now. Now the rest of this week, we got a champ training. I believe it starts on Wednesday. Dragon starts on Friday. Summon Rush starts on Friday. Ice Golem and I want to say Classic Arena start on Sunday. We got a Dungeon Divers that I think starts on Saturday, and maybe an Artifact Enhancement that starts either Thursday or Saturday. Anyway, so we got 7 more events to pop up this week, right? Now, Plarium said 1,050 points is going to be available this first week. We have 8 total events. This one is already available. There's 200, so that leaves 850 points. Last go round, champ training was 150 points. Of course, all dungeons are 50 points, so Dragon and Ice Golem, you can pick up 100 points there. Artifact Enhancement was 100 points, 50 points for Classic Arena. Then it was 300 points available in Summon Rush, and the first Dungeon Divers was 200 points. So, and of course you got 3 things overlapping. Champ Training, Dragon, and Ice Golem are overlapping that Dungeon Divers, so depending on when you start that stuff, you should be able to pick up the Dungeon Diver points. Summon Rush probably going to be 250 points, but it might be 300, and they might drop Champ Training down to 100 instead of 150, or Dungeon Divers from 200 to 150. They might make Artifact Enhancement only 50 points instead of 100. So that's all available this week, and I want to go ahead and get that done so that I'm actually sitting here at 1,050 points once the second week events start. Now, what's left off the table from previous events, we got Fire Knight and Spider that haven't been done yet, so that'll probably be next week. And then you would have a secondary champ training, a secondary artifact enhancement, a secondary arena, and a secondary dungeon divers to make up those 700 points. So again, the second dungeon divers was 300 last go round, and 300 points or 250 points was available for champ training. Of course, that was an event, not a tournament. So there is a deck of fate that's supposed to start probably next week, because it's the final, pretty much the last week of March, and we know it's going to be in March. Now, is that going to have any points? I'm going to bank that it's not, and it'll probably be shards, but they could do a champ training in that. And combine it, so who knows how they're going to do that. If it's combined with like a champ training, then maybe, but I just don't see that, because then, man, they're just forcing you to leave a lot of points off the table. But anyway, so yeah, I want to get as much as possible so that the unknowns, you just don't know what's going to happen, especially if a lot of points are tied up into a deck of fates. That's why I wanted to get this done and save enough shards for the Summon Rush. So real quick here, last time Summon Rush was 3,500 points to get all of the tokens. So I got 3,000 worth of points here, because it's 500 for Sacreds, 200 for Primals. So there's 2,000. I got 5,000 points sitting here. I want to say it was like 120 and then maybe 20 for Ancients, but I could be wrong on Ancients and Voids. And unless there's some special event going on, you don't want to be pulling those anyway during that Summon Rush. So that's why I saved shards on both the free-to-play and the main. Now, why do we want to go with 5-star for Armanz? Well, let me get down here with Armanz, and I've already got him running through some masteries. So 5-star Armanz, right? So what are his skills really? Chance of decreasing the cooldown of active skills by 2 turns, and filling his turn meter. Of course, attack all enemies, steals the turn meters from each target, except for anybody under sheep, and also places a stun, which you're probably going to want to do this maneuver first, unless there's a painful UDK or something. And then you're going to want to play sheep, and this cannot be resisted. Well, cannot be blocked, sorry. Anyway, 75% chance of removing all buffs, booked up to 100, and of course, turn meter fill for each buff removed. So you're going to want some accuracy on him. So like I said, already started running my masteries there. I put some stone skin and perception to get him up, and then I still got to finish him off here, but he's pretty doggone quick. He should be pushing 300 plus when I'm done. So will that be the greatest? Who knows? Blessings. What kind of blessings do we want for him? Well, I can tell you, for me, intimidating presence is probably the top priority, and this is why you're going to want 5-star. Okay, 1-star, strengthen the aura. HP's nice, that will help him. Attack's not going to do him any good. He's not going to be doing any damage. 3-star defense, and of course better aura. That's all right. 4-star, HP's okay, but again, crit damage doesn't do him any good. At 5-star, you get a pretty good bump between the difference between auras, plus you're getting that resistivity and accuracy. And those are stats that you're going to want. So you want to shoot for the wad there and go get the 5-star. The rest of them don't, are helpful, but aren't super great. Now, this will be my number one, unless, you got a champ that's already got this at 5 or 6-star that you're going to be using with him, then you may not want that. Second priority for me would probably be go ahead. Let's get polymorph at 5-star, again, the stats, and then chance of placing the sheep. But this means that I'm getting hit, so, and that's a high possibility, but I'm getting hit, so not good there. Third for me would be actually life harvest, right? And maybe even potentially second. But what happens is you're destroying the enemy max HP by 30% at 5-star, and you're getting 20% turn meter fill, which allows him again to take back control of the fight or keep control, because hopefully by then you've killed everybody but say maybe a reviver. They revive, and now their damage dealers are in, they're alive, but they're in a world of pain there, and you can take back control, and hopefully that's where they're at. And then probably lastly would be temporal chains, but if they're putting buffs up, you're probably in trouble. This is why you want to get the decreased speed for each active buff up to 15%. And of course, again, you want the stats, but this is more oh man, I'm in trouble and I'm trying to get back control. So that would probably be the fourth one. Anything else, not really I see going to be a big benefit on this champion whatsoever. So, but this is why you want to go for the 5-star, to get those boosted stats, especially the accuracy, and then whatever bonus you're getting from whatever. But again, I think intimidation presence is going to be the best, unless you already got someone there. And of course, if you're doing a live arena, to having 2 of them like this, because they can only ban one, and he'll most likely be banned, is pretty helpful too. So that's the reason to go for the 5-star on Armanz here. I want to run Podrick here through as well, but I'm working on his masteries. I need to work on Podrick's masteries. I got Lysandra, I want to work on hers, but between Armanz, Podrick, and actually Sulfurion, those are my top 3 that I got to get masteries through going. Then I also want to do Gwendolyn there. Gwendolyn probably is number 4. Lysandra, I gotta level her up, and probably number 5. I want to do Alsgore. I want to do Snick Track. I don't know. I might want to do Shermani. I did pick up a 5-star soul for her, so I got a lot of them to do, but I only got so many gems, so many energy, and so many actually hours during the day. But that's Armanz. This is why I want to get the 5-star blessing for him. Go for it whatsoever. And between what's coming up now, that's why I kind of planned ahead before I went and did the Path of Clover. So, did I want to get those tokens? Do I need to get those tokens? What kind of points can we probably expect, and what kind of range from, previous Titan events there, as far as milestones that we're going to need to get those tokens. But that's my take there. Definitely, it's, okay, this is nice or whatever. This is decent. Okay, reasonable amount of energy, not great. Mythical Charms, I mean, that is definitely pretty solid. This is actually pretty solid nowadays, too. The greater extracts are actually pretty hard to get. They're harder to get more than Superior, if you ask me. But and then you get up here, you get the Void Shard, the Legendary, the Chaos Dust, the Immortal. Not really been that great for me, so that's not that big of a deal. Legendary Chaos Aura is pretty nice, and then of course up here, Primal Shard. Don't care about the Avatar. This comes in handy there. Of course, the Chaos Dust does. Maybe one day the Mythical Tome will be all right, but I've got my 2 Mythical Champions. Still did not pull a soul for my Alaz there, but is what it is. So that's why I'm going for the 5-star, and those are the considerations I'm thinking about. And hopefully I can get this out in time, and you can sit there and think about it too. Hopefully this was helpful. Have a nice day.